Okay, welcome back guys. It's part 3 and today we're going to be making the toe box and the tongue. You're going to have to excuse the voice as I'm still getting over a bit of a cold. So the first thing we're going to do is punch out all the holes in the vamp. So for this you'll need your hole punch, and I'm using a 1.5mm hole punch, and it's going to be a good idea to use a chopping board so you don't punch through into the mat. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to apply some glue to the outer edge of the vamp and on the back side outer edge of the mudguard. Once the glue is tacky, we're going to attach the two pieces together. Now there's going to be center alignment markers on both the vamp and the mudguard, and this is going to help for a symmetrical alignment when you attach them together. The next step is to apply some reinforcement tape. I'm just using some cloth tape here. So what you're going to want to do is cut 2 strips that's going to cover the length of the mudguard and the vamp, and place them at the top and the bottom. And don't forget to punch out the holes that the tape is covered over. Now we're going to bring it over to the sewing machine and double stitch the edges. Now the next step is to attach the tongue cover to the toe box, and for this we can use some double-sided tape to attach the 2 pieces together. And we're going to bring it over to the sewing machine and double stitch across the top of the vamp. And now we're going to attach the tongue liner and the toe liner together using the same method as we did before with the tape, and then stitch them together. And now we're going to attach the tongue foam, and we're going to use some spray glue to do this. Now when we're sticking these two pieces together, you can see how leaving the extra allowance along the edges gives some extra room to work with. Once those two pieces are glued together, we're just going to go and stitch around the edge. Alright, now we need to clean this up and just trim off the excess liner. Next, we're going to cut two lines for the lace holders, making sure not to cut through to the line on the other side. Then I like to use this little stick to separate the foam and the back of the liner. And now we're going to attach the tongue binding, and we're going to do this by running some glue along the edges. once that's done, we're going to stitch along the edges, and you're going to want to try and stitch as close to the edge as possible. And you can notice that the tongue binding is extra long on the back side, and we've done that on purpose so we can easily trim it off at the end. And now we're going to add the finishing touches and attach the tongue tags. So let's quickly do a test fit, make sure everything's in position. Once you're happy with that, we're going to apply some double-sided tape to secure the tongue tag before we stitch it down. Now let's bring it over to the sewing machine and stitch across that line we've just marked out. Now we're going to flip the tongue over and apply a piece of double-sided tape to hold down the back side. And we're just going to stitch along that last line there to finish it off. And with that done, it's going to bring a close to this video. Don't forget to check back next time for part 4. We're going to be attaching this toe box and tongue portion, and it's finally going to start taking the form of a shoe. And so if you don't want to miss that, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And on that note, I'm out, and I'll catch you guys later.